Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This week we're at Watkins Glen again, but this time in the GT3s. We started the season with the F3s around Watkins Glen. Let's see how different it is in the GT3s. Looking 3 wide straight away down the front straight, but that gets closed off. Luckily we're not upside down spinning into the barriers. So this is a 40-minute race in the GT3s. This one actually does include a pit stop. Very crowded in turn 1. Going up the straight, let's see what opportunities arise. Lots of cars in this one. They're all over the place. 2x2 coming to chicane. I'm sure there's cars 3 wide in front, but just a bit more calm back at the back of the pack. Strange to say that this is the calm end of the field and we're running 2x2. That Mercedes on the other, running down the inside. The other Mercedes, the red one, that's a pretty good move. He's the number 1 car, so he's the highest rated driver in the field. So he was trying to be aggressive, starting at the back. I was really struggling around Watkins Glen, although it's one of my favourite tracks. Ooh, Mercedes making a big mistake there. I think got a bit of contact with the Porsche in front. Now, a few laps later on, I realised that this Mercedes was just fast and he was aggressive, so just letting him through. As I say, I was struggling with around Watkins Glen this week. I really love the track. I find it great in the in the F3s. But I just, maybe I don't get along with the GT3s as much as I think. I just really struggle with them. See, just sticking behind this one car for now. I could have easily pulled out and made a move around the outside, but he's just going to overtake me anyway, and it's going to lose us time. This wasn't the first race I'd done this week. So I'd realised that there's going to be quite a lot of pack racing. The slipstream's very powerful. It's difficult to overtake, really, despite what you may think. Oh my god. The thing about the 40-minute race is that it's an open setup, which means you can create your own setup. And I tried to get a setup that was quite fast, but the track temp was quite a lot hotter in this session than I thought it would be, and it was so oversteering. It was really undrivable. Now, the one car going around the outside of the Porsche, is he going to make this work? Yes, he is. And the Porsche's off the track. Oh, I thought he was going to stay to the inside there. Not much place he could go, not much place I could go. He came out right in front of me. Gave him a little tap to the rear bumper, no harm, no foul. Now, a bit later on, the one car's already got in front of this Lamborghini, but it's my turn this time. Send it around the outside. Oh, keeps his nose in, but just clear him on the outside. This Mercedes got a really poor run, trying to go side by side through the chicane, again getting really loose down through carousel. The Lamborghini making another lunge back to the inside, but it's difficult to go down the inside of the cascade. Though it feels like it's a corner where the inside should be more powerful. Now this Mercedes, he's pitting, but he doesn't say he's pitting. So I just run into the back of it. As I say, this race needs a pit stop. You can pit anywhere between sort of like lap 10 and lap 20. Make a look on this Mercedes down the inside. Nothing coming there. This was not the best race I had this week, so just trying to cut it quite quickly. Show all the overtakes, all the moves. Stick around for the end. The best race comes at the end. It was a good fun one. Lots of close racing the whole way through. This one I was just mainly struggling for the oversteer. It was really difficult. Oh, just the car's so loose that to stop it from spinning I have to come off the brakes and just running into the back of that Mercedes in front. That Mercedes then ended up pitting at the end of that lap. I guess he wasn't happy with me. That Lamborghini caught back up again. Just as the race went on and on, it just got looser and looser. A few laps later, just trying to stick behind the Lamborghini, but then he makes a mistake. We're slightly gaining on the group in front, so I was quite happy with how the race was going for now. Through the chicane, taking it nicely. Coming down into carousel, just so loose. Even just on an initial turn in, it just spun. And had to quit for that race. Now, on to the second race. This one's the fixed race, so I couldn't pick my own setup, which was probably a blessing. So qualified a bit higher up the grid for this one, 12th. I was the number 9 car, so a slightly lower strength of field race, so not quite as good drivers, but should still be a fun one. Coming down into turn 1, you saw how crowded it was the last race. Into turn 1, I just get clipped around. I think I was 3 wide going through turn 1, didn't think there was that many cars to the inside. I thought someone was going to back out of it, but had a chance to catch everyone back up again. 3 laps in, as I say, slightly lower rated race, so I'm quicker than these cars. They're trying to go too wide coming out of the exit. Boot just slipping to the inside of this Mercedes. Give him a little bit of room on the exit, but cleared him down into the final corner. It's annoying that he kept his nose in there because it meant I had to lift going into this penultimate corner, which is normally flat out. Now, behind this BMW, when can I make a move? As I say, quicker than the cars in front, so I just want to get through the field as quick as possible. Lifting off down the front straight, because I know that's not the best place to make an overtake. Best place, into the chicane. He runs wide. Why are there cars all over the place? There must have been contact in turn 1. So I'm right up behind the back of this BMW, coming up the back straight. So should be a good opportunity to make a move into the chicane. Which way is he going to defend? He defends the inside, take it around the outside. Do make it easy. Now, caught up with the next group in front. Try and battle my way through these ones. It's only a 12 lap race, so got to make overtakes quick. Oh, there's a crash in front. Trying to go. Oh. No way I could go. Completely wiped out. So yeah, not a great race. Although the damage wasn't too bad, it was definitely drivable. I got a black flag for having too much damage, so I had to come into the pits. So that was the end of another race. Not two good races to start. So here we are. Ready to start up another race. Qualified 19th in this one. Not very good. Messed up the qualifying a little bit. Definitely could have been a bit higher up the grid, but let's see how this goes. Just laying back a bit at the start, you can see the Lamborghini behind doing the same thing. Seeing how good a run I can get to the line. You can see everyone in front just check up, even when the lights go green, because it's difficult to tell when you're going to start. So, taking the run to the outside of this BMW. Well, quite a lot of Mercedes in this race. The Mercedes is still the new car, so it's quite popular because of that. Now, coming up through the S's for the first time, side by side with that BMW on the inside. Let's see what he's going to do. Clip the curb there a little bit. Loses me a bit of a run, so the BMW pulls ahead. No need to push it for now. It's a 20-minute race, 12 laps. It's already a car off on the right of the chicane. Good run through Carousel for the first time. Make a bit of a look, but no real space for now. The BMW making a bit of a run at the Mercedes in front as well, but decided to fast forward this section of the race. It's close racing, but nothing's really happening. People just sitting behind, sitting in the slipstream train, making a bit of a dive on the BMW there, but couldn't get through. The BMW was quite good. It felt like he was definitely quicker than the guys in front, and I could just tag along to the back of him. Just waiting for this race to come to life. BMW is close into the chicane this time, but not making a move. Now, coming into tow this lap, he does decide to make a move. Looking down to the inside, can he complete it on the exit? No, still side by side going down into heel. It's probably preferable to be on the inside going into heel, but car on the outside does have the run. BMW sends it in quite deep, clips the curb. Pushes both of them quite wide, but still side by side coming out of the boot. Definitely want to be on the inside here, but as I say, BMW was fast. Definitely faster than that Mercedes, so manages to hold it on the outside. Now, they're trying to go side by side through this normally flat out final corner, penultimate corner. And the Mercedes on the brake, so I get a very good run, but it's not much space in the final corner. If I go for it, there's a good chance we both end up in that outside wall, so just trying to be smart for now. Now, I knew I could hang onto the back of that 12 BMW. I was really happy to follow him around and let him make overtakes and follow him through. But I didn't feel that this Mercedes was very quick. And given that we've now dropped off the main pack, I felt I had to clear him, preferably in this lap. Just use the BMW to try and catch up with that group in front. But for now, with the slipstream, the Mercedes looking back to the outside of the chicane. Not going to work around the outside of the chicane, given this BMW has been quite aggressive. Again, sends it in very deep on the brakes. There's another Mercedes around on the inside of Carousel, so you know, there's cars all over the place. There's good chances to make positions here in this race, even coming from the back of the grids. Just looking slightly to the inside of Cascade, nothing coming though. Too far back into tow to make a move, but surely there's going to be an opportunity at some point. Really going to be aggressive, try and open the gap up. Now coming down into heel again, not getting the run, but nice and late on the brakes. Mercedes runs very wide on exit. Now I've got a bit of a run, as close as I've been, trying to be aggressive, looking to the inside, but oh, he gets really loose. Just sneaking through, no contact, but just opening up the gap on the inside. I think in the end he felt he had to let me through, but second gap now to that BMW in front. It's an important phase here. Have to catch him as quick as possible. I've already pulled out of the slipstream with the Mercedes behind, so hopefully there's not much chance of him making a run back at me. Group in front side by side through turn 1, so that's really holding them up. It's going to give us a chance to catch them. Running wide through turn 1 again, so an off track gives you like a penalty point. You don't want to have too many of them in a race. You're allowed 17, but you can get points for doing other things as well. But running wide in turn 1 does gain you a little bit of time, gains you maybe a tenth or two. So I feel like it's worth it for now. Down into chicane. Oh, there's another Mercedes off. They're dropping like flies, but also it's held that whole group up again, going side by side into chicane. So now, caught them up. Are we going to be more aggressive this time? When's the BMW going to make moves? Just happy to follow him for this portion of the race. So again, looking at the back of this BMW again. Close racing, really close racing. Looking for moves, but just no overtakes happening. It feels like it should be an easy track to overtake around with the long straights, but without any major braking zones where you can really lunge. Unless you're trying to be really aggressive or you get really close to the car in front, it's difficult to make an overtake, especially when they're in the slipstream of another car in front of them. So now that Mercedes starting to fall slightly off the back of the black car in front. This has probably been the best opportunity so far for the BMW into the chicane. With the car in front having no slipstream, he's going to get a much better run into the chicane and probably can pull out, get alongside coming in. That's exactly what he does. Let's see, goes side by side. Well, Mercedes just sort of goes straight on. Doesn't really make any attempt to make the corner. It's very strange, but past him again. Now, only a few laps to go in this race. Can we catch up with that black car in front, or is it just going to be a battle between me and this 12 for 12th, I guess? Can't be looking to do much better than 11th without any other cars crashing. Good run into chicane, but just staying behind for now. Still feel like there's a chance. So here we go, coming on to the final lap of the race, 12 lap race. Not making a move into turn 1. Too early, I feel. There's always a good chance in chicane, and I've liked making moves through that middle sector. I felt like that's where I've been the quickest. Slightly far back, coming up the straight, but that's fine. The slipstream will bring me back. Also, that BMW does still have a chance of catching the 16 in the front if a bit of a mistake's made. So, there's a chance for 11th here, but probably a battle for 12th. Coming into the chicane, trying to brake late, and I just spin it around. It's a pretty lazy crash. Pretty frustrating after what was a really close race. Good fun. Has to end like that. But I think that'll be all for this week. See you guys on my next video next week.